Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a spooky Sunday stream. We're here for a little bit of early Halloween shenanigans. I see people have already made their way in. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who here is. Let's see, we have Doug here. Sunday streams in this economy, it's more likely than you think. Doug says also have a nice time finishing the game, not like you have a choice though. I mean, I do. I could be completely miserable. That would be a wonderfully miserable experience. Duke says, Duke, exactly on time. Shark says, imagine being on time. Couldn't be me. This is coming from the streamer who just showed up, 5 to 10 minutes late. Because I had to, brew my bubbling pot of tea. I do wish that Pecan Pines had some sound music in the background. Let me get that going. There we go. Just something.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal.
There we go. That's better. Doug says, also I just mostly want to say hello. If I end up seeing any, I shall be lurking. Duke says, time is rather bourgeois. The enforcement of it certainly is. Jalek says, damn, I guess the time zone changed again. Duke says, it did? Jalek says it's an hour earlier than usual for me. Well, then you must have gone through some sort of daylight savings time. Daylight savings in my Europe? It's more likely than you think. Duke says Europeans would believe they can control time. So do Americans. Jalek says, oh shit, Europe changes back from daylight savings a week earlier than America. 29th of October versus 5th of November. That seems kinda dumb though. Duke says a wild Terra has appeared. Good thing I am uncapturable. Jalek says, indeed, I choose to be wonderfully miserable all the time. Duke says, you are the host and fashionably late. Exactly. You get it. And we're dressed for Halloween. So, we have to be a little bit fashionably late. I'm gonna give it another minute for people to make their way in. Gonna remind everybody to switch over from top chat to live chat in case you haven't already, so you can all talk amongst yourselves. We're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna finish Beacon Pines and then see what we have in store. So from what Jalek had mentioned last time, having played this game, we have about an hour of game time left, which I figure will be a little bit longer given that I'm reading everything out loud. Which is why we didn't rush it last stream. Better that. So what I'm hoping is that we have about an hour and a half maybe of Beacon Pines, go back and clean up some achievements for maybe another half hour, take a small break, go into Stoxel and prep for the next game, and have a chill time. And, yeah. Also, hello and welcome, Jaguar. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday. Always glad to see the kitty in a box. Also, happy Halloween. I know it's in 2 days, everybody, but Halloween is right around the corner. Hope your Halloween is spooktastic and fantastic and filled with all of the good kinds of spookiness. Alright, let's get back into business. So last time, yes, Jaguar says, happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween indeed. Also, last order of business, YouTube algorithm stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And since it's Halloween and we're talking about spooky things, feel free to bring up whatever political conversations you want me to talk about today. Because if there's anything more horrific than the climate being destroyed or any of those things, then, you know, this is the time to talk about it. It is spooky season after all. Jaguar says, and happy Day of the Dead for those of us who celebrate. Indeed. Indeed. So, shall we commence?
With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
So we recruited Jeff into our cause. Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. We enlisted the help of Jeff. Alright, so if I remember correctly, we had to enlist somebody else's help. Right? How do we... enlist the help of Iggy and Tish. That's right. I don't know where they're at, but we're gonna find them. Why don't we enlist the help of this little wolf kid? This little wolf kid looks like they could be helpful. Jaguar says, note, Halloween is a time when sadly a lot of black cats are mistreated, killed, and or otherwise abused. Please spread the word that black cats are friends. Black cats are indeed friends. Do not harm a black cat. Harming a black cat is very, very, very mean. Especially if you're doing it simply because it is a black cat. And because it is Halloween.
Brand new. It didn't see much use.
Duke says, recruiting like a proper anarchist. You know it. That's what we do. Going out and talking to people and making things happen. One conversation at a time. Duke says, yes, Hero is a black cat and the kindest baby. All cats deserve love. Cats do deserve love. Hey Tish, look who it is. Luca, are you here to try and tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
Shark says interspecies racism. Ah. Yeah, mixed with a healthy dose of misogyny. Because associations with witches and all that. Hello, Il. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday. Glad you could join us. We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kinda strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking you for your help. What do you say we pull our hostilities, at least for now? Pull? We don't pull away from nothing. Buzz off.
Luca knew he tried again. Iggy gave a reluctant. Iggy considered the.
We do like breaking things, even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
Duke says there are some pretty horrific things in European history regarding cats. Yeah. Don't mistreat kitties. Also, there are a lot of places across the US, at least right now, that could probably use, and, you know, help in terms of taking care of or adopting a kitty, so just putting that out there. I know a lot of people here have cats already, but especially black cats right now. If you have the opportunity, you know someone who can adopt somebody, try to do it. Because there's a lot going on right now. A wild-eyed grin spreads across Iggy's face. My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. After this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see a crappy treehouse. We know he wants to see the treehouse. We know that you want to see the treehouse because we've been down a different pathway that said you wanted to see the treehouse, and you admitted that to us. Shark says, also keep your cats inside, please. They're killing the birds. Yes, cats are an invasive species in pretty much every area that they're in. They go on killing sprees. They kill lizards. They kill birds. They kill a lot of insect life that doesn't do good for the environment and makes it easier for other invasive species to cause harm. As well as messing up ecosystems. So yeah, keep your cats indoors. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
We got the help of Iggy and Tish. Did you hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the
A single
treehouse.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. Aw, they just wanted to be
Chapter
included.
7. Into the hive. A good heist requires preparation. And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We're locked and loaded on my end.
Duke says they're very invasive. That is great for keeping insects away from inside the home, though. Exactly. Like, let them do their job inside. Let them keep out any creepy crawlies that might be in your home. They protect you. Jaguar says one of the local shelters had to close intake because they are over capacity. So even if you can foster, please consider doing so. Exactly. Yeah. Definitely an important message. Jalix says, use cat, it's swipe at moth. Cat, use fury swipes.
And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention.
Cat swipe was effective. True. Cat swipe is effective.
Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach perennial harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
Pretty true. The more you look like you belong in a space, the less likely you'll be questioned about being in a space.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked for it to be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Duke says the weakest element of security is always the people, which means you can get a lot with confidence. Combination of confidence, a little bit of charisma. Generally speaking, if you're able to... You have to read that founder in a Vorta voice. Founder. Tea is really hitting good today. Nice pot of Earl Grey today.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rolo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
With a stroke of his mustache. Oh, OMG, yeah, you did the voice. Founder. Your greatness. Our harvest. A harvest awaits. I should have been reading them in a freaking Vorta voice the entire time. All the clipboards. Package here for the package here for founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about... Yeah, this is the need to know kind of thing. I'll just check. Duke says that's why spies tend to be less James Bond and more like a con man. Yeah, pretty much. You just need to look like you fit in. The less conspicuous you are, the more likely you are to be good at that kind of thing. Like, the less you are wearing, you know, a suit and tie, and unless you're in a space where that's normal. But, you know, more than likely you want to be wearing, like, jeans and a t-shirt and looking comfortable and chill, you know, in most spaces. You always have to dress to look like you're in the space. You always have to act like you're in the space. You have to know the rules of the space. It's all about utilizing the social cues.
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
Which is why many places have many organizations, which shall remain nameless at this moment in time, have difficulty in, you know, getting involved in certain, you know, left-leaning spaces that happen to be, you know, community-driven. Because even when they show up, they don't tend to fit in at all. The social programming is very different. He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard. This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this form.
Rolo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Duke said they smell wrong. Exactly. Exactly. Look, all I'm saying is leftists don't wear that kind of cologne. Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rolo panicked.
Our harvest awaits. That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits. Ready to light the candle, Tish? Yep. Suck on this, perennial ham fist. So my question is, how are we gonna stop Grandma / Mom? Since we know that's actually Mom now. How are we gonna stop Mom from setting the hole on fire and thus spreading an ice wave across the entirety of the town? We're not exactly dealing with that particular aspect of it. The only thing I can assume is that we're gonna break through the tunnel systems and we're gonna come across Mom somewhere through this section. Because we have 2 ticking time bombs going on in this game right now. We have Mom potentially trying to do the right thing and freezing the entire town. No, I know, Jalix, that this is the day before that. I recognize that, but we have 2 timers. We have a day left on both timers. We have Mom setting off the explosion that freezes the entire town. And then we have the founder gaining his youth back and taking over the town with immortality and money.
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
I'm sure they do. But I'm just pointing it out to everybody so that everybody's on the same page of what our timers are and what our stakes are here. Founder. Jaguar's just gonna say founder the entire stream now. Man, I should have gone as a Vorta. Do they make Vorta ears? Like, I feel like those prosthetics would be a lot more difficult. Jalix says, how dare you make the story easier to explain? That's funny. I was just thinking, like, you know, I was just thinking about how difficult it would be to theoretically, wear, instead of these ears, to have, like, a Vorta ear one time. And then I was thinking, oh, I could do a Ferengi ear, but then I realized that I can't technically stream as a Ferengi woman because reasons. If I wanted the authentic Ferengi woman experience. And that just kind of short-circuited my brain for a minute. So, sorry if it looked like I spaced out for a second. Because reasons? I'd have to be one of those new Ferengi, quote-unquote, new Ferengi females. Females? Beetle snuff. You could be a rebellious Ferengi woman that fled to the Federation or something. That'd be hilarious. Also, I can't even imagine Ferengi ears trying to, like, wear them on camera. They would be, like, almost the size of my... Well, the women's ears are a little bit... Pell. Pell is the one you're thinking of, Jaguar. Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
The board fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. How would you do that with the long hair, even? You just get a bald wig. The bald wigs are quite capable of storing large amounts of hair. Especially if it was like a Ferengi prosthetic that you were wearing. Like, I imagine the ridges and bumps that would be at the top would be enough to cover the hair. Phew. That was close. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figure, when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one, but you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do? Yep, deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck, in case she needs some muscle. I'll head to the east to the founder's office. You two be safe. Jalix says, man, I really just assumed all of the actors were balds. Yeah, bald wigs exist. I can tell you for a fact that the way they did Quark and Rom's prosthetics is, and the Grand Nagus as well, they had specific ears specifically shaped for their faces. And they had the ears already made. They were prosthetics that were already designed. So they would just have to adhere it to the rest of the makeup. But the makeup still took hours for them to get into. Jaguar says, wrap your hair around your head with pins and a net and then put the prosthetics on. Exactly. So no, you don't have to, like, cut off all your hair or whatever to do that. Some actors do choose to do that, but if you got different roles that you need, like, wigs work really well. And you've got professional makeup and hair people who, they work miracles at some of these things. And, like, I personally don't know how some of them did it. Duke says, half the challenge of a role like that is 3 to 6 hours of makeup that you have to not mess up over an entire day of filming. Exactly. It gets to be a challenge. For sure. I feel like when you look at, say, DS9 and you look at how much makeup they're wearing and how many actors are actually done up like that, it's absolutely impressive. Like, the standard makeup doesn't take that long, right? But when you've got, say, Dukat or Garrick in an episode, and there happens to be a bunch of Klingons in the episode, and then you also have Ferengi in the episode, you have so much time spent on makeup, total human hours, just to get a scene filmed. We need to bring Jeffrey Combs back. Well, Jeffrey Combs, like, he plays every role in later DS9. Locate the founder's office. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. Jaguar says Trek's mistake was not having Jeffrey Combs in some sort of consistent recurring role. No, Jeffrey Combs should be playing every minor character. Damn, the clipboards bring their own cups for the water fountain. I mean, that's technically better for the environment. Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. This isn't good. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yeah, how'd you know? They brought me here and locked me up when they were distracted. I ran. Jaguar says I always bring my own utensils when I go out. Jalix says they all just have a mug on them at all times. I mean, you could just carry a water bottle. Like, whenever I go out, I bring a water bottle with me in my backpack. So, that's not that much of a stretch. Or a thermos, depending on time of year and what I need it for. Yeah. I'm with you there, Jaguar. Like, more times than not, I have some sort of thing on me, especially if I know I'm gonna be out for more than, like, a half hour. Dang, okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rolo and Beck are headed to Deep Engineering. Jaguar says I'm the auntie that has everything in their backpack. I got you. Jalix says, but then how are you gonna rock the I hate my I can't see that. Because there's a little heart icon that's covering that. I hate my job and I'm standing next to the water fountain to steal time. Look. I wouldn't know, because I don't do that. I don't... Yes, it's terrible, isn't it? Bring your thermos and bottle to the cooler for a refill. Exactly. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't just leave yet. But they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. Pretty lucky that I ran into you, else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electronic lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like
Luca
that.
smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. This is ironically bad. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mined a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Man, they are doing some direct action right here.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
It's a good thing this is one of those electronic locks that doesn't freeze up when the power is cut. And, it's, you know... It's somehow using electricity to stay closed. How'd you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us. Jaguar says, stand there, sip on the water. Sorry, Jalix says, but then you can't stand there, sip condescendingly and stare as well. Jaguar says, stand there, sip on the water, get another refill. You know, so you have a full bottle when you walk away. There, actually. Indeed. Indeed.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rolo, I'm in. As expected, this control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. I need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have any way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
Seriously, why did you use the same password for multiple things? That's a recipe for disaster. How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rolo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the Founder uses such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead and not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types are always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rolo, I think that should do it. Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery lout even doing here? We have a friend whose mom's in trouble. We're here to get her out. I see. Okay, Luca, we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Red alert! Ray shields! Crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster. One sec, I can't think with all the
He
noise.
quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806, go, go, go! First these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up, I know you were just trying to help. Oh man, no water cups. Rollo! Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in. Rollo? Rollo?
Mr.
Rollo!
approached with a sneer
Dun, dun,
and
dun,
spoke
dun,
into
dun.
his walkie-talkie.
See, that's why you bring your own cup or bottle. Exactly. You can turn off the alarms, they're
With
trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Nope. That's my purse, I don't know. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there after. Jaguar says, oh my god, we're just full of references today. Exactly. Like, but she just kicked him like that. That was straight up a Bobby Hill kick. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Jalek says he deserved that. Yeah, he did. He did, for sure. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom. Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who's your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Also, that is a very valid question. Ever hear of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding of the enamel of the molars, consistent with Tempest liquamine exposure? Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell's going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest liquamine. It pulls energy from surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications. The foul harvest. Pernia Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. The Tempest liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Harnessing Tempest liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. That is generally not a terrible thing. Like, I get that desire. Like, if you could... I was actually thinking about that when it came to... What was I playing? Death Stranding. There's, the rain in Death Stranding ages everything that it touches. And I was thinking about how, theoretically, that rain, if it were to be used on crops, would essentially allow you to instantly grow crops and food, as long as you were able to make sure that humans harvesting said crops were not able to be hit by it in any way, shape, or form. So, like, the idea that you could speed up or accelerate the growth of and rate that crops grow is fundamentally not a terrible idea to try to feed more people and provide larger quantities of food at a less work and a quicker time fashion. But, like, this is clearly not the way to do it. I mean, we've been more or less genetically engineering crops through selective breeding for millennia to grow faster and increase harvest rates. So, but of course, this is definitely a commentary on some of the less beneficial substances that can often be utilized in order to do this. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
He sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Meh, those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott's dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. Like now. Wait, the vial. I finally solved the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up before you came in. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we've got Dr. Modwell heading your way now. Roger that, be careful. Alright, everything's on track. And what is your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. This tragically hurts because I just want to smack him over the head with one of these whiskey bottles that are sitting on the table. I literally just want to knock this kid out because I know that kid's not a kid. And it's absolutely driving me mad that we're telling him everything. It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? The only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this,
With
I
a
promise.
subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face.
Put it together, Luca. There's books on the chair. The cigar is fresh and warm. You saw him coming out from this direction. Put it together. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Well, even his alcohol's arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're no bother at all.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system. Time card logs. Payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring. Yes, evil is often very boring. In fact, I'd argue that the boring kind of evil is the worst kind of it. It's the kind that just day to day drains life from the planet.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it. Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rolo? Before we start tossing blame around, it is possible someone ordered a pizza. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me, I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Everyone else huddle up. Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no. Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modewell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly. Dun dun dun! But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes, now you've got it. Tempest Liquamine, you discovered how to reverse the process?
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Modewell. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my taste. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work? Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder of
Before he
the...
could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Wow, this stuff is pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did the whole evil villain monologue thingy about it.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a
Luca
taste.
tickled the vial mockingly.
Seize him! Luca! Over here! Move another inch and I smash
She
it.
held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky nothing happens, then what? We capture you and grant you much less
He
leniency.
pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
Deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this
She
ends.
looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you've allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance
The
review.
blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Also, Jalix, apparently, we're on the same day, if they're giving the speech today. Yes, sir. And to think, all of this thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walter Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side, but I offered him an opportunity to be part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me
A
eternal
muffled
life.
applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, keep post outside the door. Well, crap. Theoretically, this should be around the time the freeze happens. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So, what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rolo? You just need some time. Rolo, it's over. We lost.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just, we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds, all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around for a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with the hope that it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Look, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Is she... She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work. And it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where's she been? Where's she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Crap.
Chapter 8. Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone.
Wait, what?
Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rolo.
What made her change her mind to rescuing Rolo in this pathway from the other pathways? Genuine question. Did I miss something? Because it just kind of seems arbitrary.
With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door.
The other path, she didn't know it would cause the freeze. She didn't know it would cause the freeze in this path either. We didn't have that information. And we certainly didn't relay that information to her. But Luca was safe as far as she knew in the other paths. Yeah, she still thinks Luca's safe. She's trying to rescue Rollo. Rollo's the only one that she knows is missing. But she knew Rollo was missing in the other pathways as well. Like, I'm trying to think what shifted in this pathway. Unless something about Jeff finding out, or maybe someone else being told. Narrative convenience. I really hope it's not narrative convenience. I hope that there's a solid reason why she would have used the explosives directly to save Rollo, as opposed to potentially destroying the source. Like, something had to shift the perspective of the character. It couldn't have been just I guess to me it doesn't make sense if it's just narrative convenience. Like, that doesn't feel like good writing.
Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas, Gran. That's awful nice of you, but I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, Jalek says Rollo never got captured in the other pathways, and she had access to the radio. But Rollo did get captured in the other pathways. Rollo was captured in the pathway when Iggy gets burned. So she probably heard that he got captured and decided to do the right thing. But she would have known he was captured in the other timelines too. Jalek says, and good lord, YouTube is lagging today, so I'm very far behind. I'm just trying to think, because pretty much anything on the right branch of the pathways, she knows that the... Wait a sec, was she... It was the firework that set it off in the rightmost path. She wasn't there, was she? Because we set it off early on that path. So we never knew what she did when Rollo was captured. It was on the leftmost path where Rollo wasn't captured because we got captured that she set off the fireworks. You're right, Jalex. Thank you. That's the explanation. Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We gotta stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
I have a silly question. What does him becoming an adult actually do? Outside of him having money and power. Well, I guess that's it. We lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that. She swapped the vial. Good job, Beck.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
Yep. I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little... Malice has to be the correct answer. Who, Rolo? It makes him full of fear, obviously. Malice is the correct answer. I'm gonna go with the other two pathways first.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
He has the secret to eternal life that he blackmails everyone with. I'm just saying that I don't think his eternal life would last very long with some, you know, violence. If that whole mob of people just stormed the stage. I'm just saying. I don't think any secret potion's gonna protect him from what that could do. There is a good 20 people there. Even with the clipboards, I'm just saying. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. How did ashes get in the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyway. We said bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
We just straight murdered him. Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on,
Mr. Valentine, I don't feel so good. He just got blipped. Thanos just snapped him out of existence. I feel like that was a satisfying conclusion. Let's try going back here and picking change.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change? Your unlucky penny. Yeah, I popped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gonna do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. Now we observe. And you can call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand.
And he's
as
gonna
he
turn
disappeared
into
a
Abraham
belching
Lincoln. Ooh. Copper just turned him into a baby. Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Alice awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we Valentines always do? What must be done? I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, young Sharper. That would be a great help, thank
She
you.
looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, show's over. You may leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn
I disagree.
Of the first
I
day
think
of
the
summer
first one
came
was a
again,
better option.
its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square.
He's just going to
across
enact the
river,
plan again in
past
like
the
10
neglected
years.
welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage. Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
I still don't feel like this is the proper conclusion. Even if we're getting an epilogue. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me, I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam finished jarring. It's funny, I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. That is a good way to make plans known. But now I enjoy it. Are you not gonna scold me for leaving the fridge and the faucet running this whole time? That's been running for like a whole day. Your water bill is going to suck. Also, that food is all spoiled. On this pathway, did we find out this is the fake town or they redid the town? I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity 1 Rollo, 1 Luca rule, so we decided to expand. But at least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nelly and Ilana's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at the state. Also, Nelly said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Ilana and Nelly for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
When Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us. Looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, this is something I can be proud of. This is too happy. Something's wrong here. How's the nap in this morning? Most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greener every day. Nice, nice. And so you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is, go slow and fix things. Amen to that. I'd better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Is there any... I'm still missing one of these, because I don't have the achievement, so something isn't right yet. A little higher. Yep. A little lower. Yep. A little higher. Yep. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, Iggy, just... don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Hish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want Mission Control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Check in with Beck at her house. Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon, or Sharper, doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I, though we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, attempted to crawl out of its crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modewell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really all I can do is try and hope. Two activities I'm endeavoring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job, and the whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. Okay, maybe this is the good ending, I don't know. I feel like Malice was still the correct answer. But we'll see, we'll see. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Luca, do you want a biscotti? On the house? I don't really have time. Zariel, you gotta come to see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Aw, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud of something. As if I, no. Too late. You're now officially the person that cares. Alright. What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. I'm glad you swung by. The more if you follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft to the story reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did, you're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. About a story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people, moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft, full of incredibly hazardous chemicals. Sort of writes itself if you think about it. Just don't forget about us when you become a big fancy city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in, and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. Ah, we both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it reporter's intuition.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me, would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me, I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation for the first time in years, and I've got you and your mom to thank. Why is that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone, just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom, and the memories of that day came flooding back.
Good afternoon, Mr. Toliv. Achoo! Sorry, these allergies have been killing me. Haven't been able to smell a thing all day. I almost sold Mrs. Hatch a gallon of spoiled milk this morning. Got anything to help clear out these darn sinuses? Whatever it takes, I just want to be able to smell again. Let's see what we got. Incendiary. Let's see how that works. Achoo! What's wrong? Oh, I like the spicy peppers. Put them on something that may really wake up the senses. Okay? Wake up the senses. I call this one a cod for the common cold. Oh, that's spicy and stinky. I'm sorry, I'll try again. No, don't you see what this means? I can smell again. Looks like your father isn't the only doctor in the family. Alright, let's see what else. Hey, Mrs. Hatch, what can I get you? Oh, I'm not terribly hungry. Something snack-sized, if you could. Snack-sized. Adorable? Let's try that. I call it the novella. Lovely. Ooh, okay. I have a coupon here for 1 free burger. What'll it be? I have a lot of mouths to feed. So give me the biggest burger you have. They must eat a lot, huh? You have no idea. Oh, and throw some lettuce on top. Big burger with lettuce. So we'll go with a lavish. I call it, there too much is never enough. This should keep them at bay. Thank you. This just in. Last Chance Diner overrun by gremlins. Jaguar says I could go for a veggie burger with spicy fries and cheese. That sounds so good. Why'd you have to mention that, Jaguar? Now I'm hungry. I'm not a gremlin, I'm Luca.
Mr. Wilder adjusted his monocle jokingly.
I stand corrected. In that case, would you believe I have a craving for a burger? You've come to the right place. Indeed, I'll have a nice juicy burger topped with onions. Burger with onions. Here you go. I call it the Wilder. You know I love a good byline. Many thanks. Isn't it if it isn't little Luca? Hey, Uncle Nuncreed. How come you haven't been around the house lately? Well, your dad and I had a little disagreement, all. How's he doing? Has he mentioned me? Not really, he's been busy lately. Sometimes he doesn't come home from work before bedtime. Is that so? Well, tell him I'm thinking of him. You seem sad. Nonsense. What can I get you for lunch? Fact of the matter is I don't have much of an appetite right now. But Uncle Nuncreed, you gotta eat. I'll make you something special. That'll cheer you up. Doesn't have much of an appetite. I don't know what I was supposed to give him. Seems I still can't muster much of an appetite. Hang on, I'll make something to cheer you. Something to cheer you up. Okay. I'm assuming tender then. Maybe this? Make something to cheer you up. I don't know. Any idea? What would cheer him up? I must be missing a word or something for this because I'm not getting... Lavish might cheer him up? I don't think so, but I'll try it. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I call it the cheers looking at you, kid. Okay, it was tender with adorable. One burger with a side of good vibes. Oh, Luca, you sweet
Mr.
boy.
Nuncreed reached down and patted Luca's shoulder with an enormous hand.
You got a lot of your daddy in you, don't you? I guess so. Run along. I'll do my best to clean up my plate. Listen well, child. I'm only going to say this once. I require a well-done burger. Got it. When I say well done, I mean it. Well done, no problem. I fear you aren't grasping my request. I want the burger charred beyond recognition. I want it bitter and black. One burnt burger coming up. And top it with the most expensive thing you have. So you want, like, You want a burnt burger with whatever that is on it. Caviar? May I present the row you're burnt? I can hardly believe it. You've done well. Mrs. Fratelli had caviar stashed back there? The woman is full of surprises. Very good, this will suffice. Alrighty, it looks like we've got everything we need. Let's go get to feeding these folks. Oh, I already fed everyone. You made all the food yourself? What on earth did you put on the burgers? I just used what was lying around. Oh gee, that can't be good. Thanks again, Luca. Best burger I ever ate. Surprisingly competent. Everyone seems happy. You really are a remarkable boy, aren't you? Satisfy all customers in the cooking minigame. Okay. Awesome. Mission accomplished. That popped an achievement, so... That's one thing that we had to do. Wow, back for seconds? It's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. Serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty when it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think it's meant to say builds calluses. Builds character. Yeah, it builds something alright. Luca, can I interest you in a delicious
He
apple?
playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam? Already? It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back. Terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. Hello, sleepy state fishing. Yeah, ill be sleeping. Chill Sunday streams be giving ill the sleepy vibes.
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But did you know that when they covered up the source, they found a new species of fungus? Yep, and they're studying it in the new labs. Did you know that Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the country? A county? Yep, close to the population before Perennial Harvest
It
moved in.
typically went on like this for quite some time.
Nerds. I can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf. The town, I was talking about Hank Atomic. Just finished the last issue. How was it? As great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth, but I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. Just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Mrs. Hatch about what she's already reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Huh, maybe I'll do that.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anybody? Duke says, life is like ice cream. Briefly enjoyed and then gone. Oh man. True enough, true enough. Nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'd give to start over fresh, to experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me about it as you go. Sure thing. That's one of those things about having like a really positive experience. You never get the chance to experience it brand new again. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Do you want to come with? Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. Did they oh my god, Jeff turned this into a theme park ride.
With Perennial Harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come on, come on. No one's too big, no one's too small. For Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next? Me, 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 me. Guess what? Yesterday I saw Dynasty's Tidious, and that's good. It's great. Haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the country. You'll keep seeing Bacon Pines. I'm assuming that's why there's a bacon emoji. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in? It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Sounds like you're, putting down roots? I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. If you're gonna be stuck with me, you're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't gonna be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. Ice cream and bacon, any takers here? I've never had it, but I heard it tastes good. I wouldn't know. My mom's prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of the old Beacon Pines, and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. When you're ready, take Jeff's wild ride to Old Beacon Pines. Duke says not a bacon fan, so I wouldn't want to try, to be honest. What about bacon-flavored fried ice cream? I could see the saltiness of the bacon being very good in an ice cream, to be honest. Because salted ice cream is really good. Ah, you got it. This is a good-looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, this rides on the house. You're gonna want to hang on to that tight little tree. Hang on tight to that little tree.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for.
Okay, we did end up at the end we've been waiting for. I still gotta see the Malice route.
Honestly, I'd begun to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. A good little tree. Best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. Probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Paul always says that the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. And I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Yep. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh god. I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. You've got some good friends. I'm proud of you. Your father would be proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid you're gonna forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modrell says that over the next few years, this place should warm up, so you won't have to be cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in, big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you would have been the same person. You wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. That didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. Close the book achievement. Okay. That was awesome. I mean, there's still more we gotta do, because I do want to see the other ending with Malice. Um... What else do we have in this game? So, let's see. I am missing... I'm missing one of the fishing achievement. I'm missing, I guess, one of the fishing options. And I'm missing an achievement called Born in a Barn, which I'm assuming is it's leaving the water on early or the fridge open. So we can pop in and do that before we take our break today. But let's enjoy these credits. This has been a fun game, honestly. Really good experience. I'm really grateful to the person who donated it. I feel like this has been very impactful and meaningful and emotional, honestly. It fit the spooky vibes of October, so definitely was a good game to play around this time of year. And yeah. Just very, very touching. I like the ability to be able to go to the different branches and pathways and kind of see every aspect of the different stories based on the decisions you make. Like, kind of having that timeline branch thing, especially when you have a game themed around time being an important element. And, you know, I think it's a well-done mechanic. Something I'd like to see more. The only other game that I can think of that's actually done anything similar to this is Life is Strange, probably. With the ability to kind of make different decisions and whatever. But the characters in that game remember what's happening, so there isn't that same, I guess, tragic irony, if that makes any sense, where your characters reset, but you remember everything in this game. Very beautiful song at the end, too. Oh. This is letting us open the book back up? Yeah. Alright, just gonna double check. We haven't missed any other pathway, right? No. So let's do the Malice ending.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office. Yep, dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. I figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Sharper
His
Valentine.
body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
That's the best ending. I'm convinced of it. Now that's what I call 80 poof whisk. Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end.
That's the best ending as far as I'm concerned.
That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
I think that's a better ending. Not gonna lie. That was the best way to deal with a billionaire. Pop goes the billionaire and confetti comes out. I am inclined to agree. Okay, so couple of things we're missing something. What's chapter 1?
We were just gonna go ponder for the day.
Or is this prologue? I forget which.
This
Not gonna read everything, we've seen all this before, but I am going to get the last couple of achievements. Let me see exactly what I have to do. So, I need to... see. Okay, so I have to go through this. Open the icebox. Turn on the water. Go get in trouble with Rolo. We'll skip everything. Because we've already seen this. So basically we have to just take the shit pathway, as it were.
chapter. Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, it wasn't until over the next until in the 60s.
I'm also missing one of these. Which one am I missing? Let me see.
It reminded him.
1, 2. No, I think I have them all. I just don't think the achievement popped. Let me see. Let me look at the guide. There's Tickle, Junk, Pull, Smack. Tickle, Junk, Pull, Smack. I don't think I have that one. I am missing one. I'm missing Cling. How did I miss that one? Cling. After using... Okay. I know how to get that, so we'll do 2 birds, 1 stone.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme. Some fish.
So yeah, we did miss one of the fishing things. We're gonna skip past this. So we have to pick the shit pathway here, which is an actual pathway, which is still funny to me.
Rollo froze. Luca knew he had one. In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
That is still so funny to me. Sometimes you gotta take the shit path in life. Apparently, yeah. So to get the cling one, we have to talk, head into town and talk to... Okay. And then we deal with the electrified fence. And this is when Rollo gets kidnapped. Now we can get through.
As the glowing...
It's weird seeing him as a kid again. I feel like they had the ability to create the potion to age him down. Like, I feel like they could have aged Mom and Rollo back to their normal ages. That's why I kind of assumed that they didn't find the happy ending, you know? Okay, we're skipping past this. So because we left the icebox and the faucet on, Gran should end up scolding us when we get back. And before we head all the way back, we should just have to head down to the History Museum and talk to someone there to get the cling option. which will allow us to get the last fishing thing, and that's pretty much what the game has left to offer. So, and then from there we'll take a break and then head into Staxel.
15:35. Screw it, Luca. Nothing. No sign of time to haul up. Luca clam. He was up like a shot. Beacon Pines. He wouldn't throwing his. Chapter 3. Finding a friend. The next morning, only the sound of.
I finished jarring a message jam last night, so that still needs to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Nothing interesting? Hello? Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering folks, I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really, we just sort of ran around a bit.
She let out a long sigh.
I have to go take care of something. But you are to stay in the house for the day. Under no circumstances are you to leave. If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here, understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. Wait. Oh, and Luca? You left the icebox open yesterday. We're not made of money, you know. There we go. Born in a barn achievement. That's one of the two things.
Until an eerie
Then I think we have to check the radio. I think that allows us to go outside.
Luca's mouth felt. Luca could feel.
Okay. Rollo. Where are you? Check the library for Rollo. Okay, so instead of checking the library, we are gonna go to the History Museum. Hey, Easton. History Museum. It's laughable, really. Did you happen to see Rollo in there? Nope, just the shadow of a family, clinging onto a town, clinging onto the past. Wow, we totally missed that. I feel like I thought I went to talk to everybody in between all the sections, but I must have skipped over that. So we'll grab the last little fishing thing.
Luca wrapped some tape around the hook. Hey, you never know.
Here we go. It's got a bunch of big words written on it. Let's see that. We regret to inform you that your application for property rights with respect to the Beacon Pines CBD and surrounding area has been rejected. Who's that for? Applicant Valentine Estate. Good. Good. Catch all the, quote, fish. Just a little bit longer. It lasted forever. They may not feel special, huh? I guess. I'll make you a deal, buckaroo. If you ever feel like you need to talk about anything at all, just say let's go fishing and I'll know what you mean. Like a secret password? Yep, top secret. Neat. There we go. Well, that was Beacon Pines. That's everything the game has to offer as far as I'm aware. Let me just confirm that's 100% achievements. Yep. 100% achievements. We've done every pathway. So, yeah, thank you again to the person who donated this. It was a lovely experience. And we're going to take a quick break. And when I come back, we will be in Staxel building something to commemorate this lovely game. So if you all can think of something while I'm gone to build, let me know. Give me your suggestions. And I'll be back in like 5 or 10 minutes and we'll make that happen. For now, see you all in a few. as we travel into the next game, back to Staxel. We build our little memento to Beacon Pines. Sound of Beacon Pines fades. And in the distance, sound of Staxel slowly starts to come in. And here we are back with Staxel. Alright, so let me get us flying. So this was the portal that we had made. So I got a couple of responses from people. I got a DM from somebody who had suggested making the perennial harvest sign with a sapling growing through it. I don't know if that would be easy enough to do. Duke mentioned a treehouse. And Il had said the purple glowing circles for the choices. So for the purple glowing choices, I definitely think we could do something here. Are we not able to place that? Okay, no. So what we could do is take these purple candles and kind of place them around like this to represent the different pathways. That were available to us. So that's definitely something we can do to add to it since we built all that. I kind of like the idea of the treehouse. Can you change the color or no? No, I can't change the color. That's purple. I do like the idea of the treehouse. I could just put it in these trees over here and build a little house like right here. Just a small one, doesn't have to be massive. Kind of just come over here. Incorporate parts of this tree into the house. I think that's kind of a cool effect. throw these in here. I think that's a decent size foundation for it. And then we'll add let's see what kind of blocks we got for that. There should be floor blocks we can now put in on top of the foundation. We'll go with these. Just do that. Oh, standard. It's taking a long time to load the next day. There we go. Okay, and now let's build walls up on the sides. No, that doesn't belong there. But you here? Nope, not that, not that. See, and we want you. That's what we want. Some of these corners are a little tricky with the way the trees are. How tall should we make the treehouse? I know we're gonna want to put something here, and we may want to extend the balcony out. Because there was the balcony in the game, but I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 levels up. Let's see how that looks. 2 more up. Okay. I think that's a decent size. And then we'll add some ceiling tiles. And then a roof on top, and we should be good. Let's... we have available. You know, I'm actually curious. What does the game use for roof tiles? Does it use more floor tiles in like the houses that are pre-built? Okay, it uses beams. That's kind of what I figured, but... So we'll go with that. Beams make sense. Especially with a wooden structure. Where are the beams? That's a seriously good question. Where are they? There it is, ceiling beam. Okay. And then we're gonna cover this completely in we can use, I think, roof tiles here then. Actually, maybe that would have been better than the beams. Let me see how that looks. I think that's actually better looking than the beams. We're gonna do that. Jaguar says, okay, now that we're in a lull moment, I was wondering what folks are planning for the holidays. For spoopy holidays? I think I'm just taking it chill this year. I don't really have anything planned personally. For Halloween and Day of the Dead, yeah. I don't have anything particularly planned this year. I think I'm just taking it easy. Zero says, my altar's up and I made pan de muerto. Also, hi everyone. Welcome, Zero. Hope you're having a chill and lovely Sunday. Glad you could join us for this Halloween and Day of the Dead themed chill Sunday stream. I'm glad you were able to get your altar up and do that. Jaguar says, I've been watching my usual movies as is tradition, also doing some ceremonies. I think I'm gonna do this, right, like this. What kind of roof tile could we use that would be as close to a wood color as possible? I could probably use these ranch stairs, to be honest. Yeah, unfortunately, because it's not a roof tile, it doesn't turn into the color we want, but I could always, or the corners like I want, but maybe we can get away with using orange in the corner kind of thing, just to... I thought there was a way to get corners. Am I... I remember there being a way to change that into corners. I've done that before. I know I have. Il said some meditation. Il says I'm definitely going to try to commemorate Day of the Dead more. Jaguar says I'm not sure if I'm doing a full-on altar this year. I might just light a candle and do some meditation and sewing. That's great, Il. Any ideas for the year? Some meditation. Zero says it could be simple as putting a picture of your deceased loved one on a desk and lighting a candle, Il. That is indeed true. Yeah, there's definitely corner ones. I think I know how to make the corner thing happen. I'm gonna have to do some silly stuff. Where's our beacon pine stuff? Jaguar says I don't have a printed pictures of all my loved ones, so sometimes I just light a candle and meditate. I feel like we're all just doing what we can when it comes to stuff like that, too. So I think in order to get the corners to appear, I have to do... I think I'm done with this block. I think what I have to do is this, and then it'll turn into a corner. And then once the corner is there, I can swap it back. Decent enough workaround. And now I can swap these. And put the ranch stairs in. And then for the top part, what could I put for the top part? I could do these, potentially. Unless I can find something better. Let's see. Yeah. I think that's not a bad option. Okay, we've got the structure of the place. Let's light this up a little bit. And okay, where I can't see down here. Okay. Let's break this one block open. Okay, we don't fit in just one block, so we'll break 2 blocks open. We don't fit like that either. What can we put on the wall so we can actually see? Let's do that for at least now. Okay, and we can get in here. So, put more of these on the outside so it's more visible. And then we want some sort of ladder now to go up. What do we got for a ladder of some kind? We're gonna put that as the door to the balcony, so we could do that first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. Oh, went too low. We will fix that. There we go. Oh, no, that is not the right block for that. But I am done with these for right now. So let's take those out of the inventory. I'm gonna break that one just so I can grab it and replace it. Maybe I need the... Here's what I'm thinking with this. We do that. And then for the balcony, we have the balcony come out like this. I kind of like that because it's coming over the book. And then we can probably use the... Maybe we can use the bridge rails. Or do we have we have fences. Rope fence, that works. Let's try that. There we go. And can I make a tree block? Some kind right here. Oh, it's... Okay, I see which one it is. This one. There we go. I like that. And then we'll add a couple of those back in, and then bam, that works. So the only thing left is to create the ladder right here. Might have to actually expand that one more so it's easier to get through. Ladder. What can we use for a ladder? Can I stack these on top of each other? That wouldn't be a bad looking ladder. No. No, I can't. Okay. It's a good try. Let's see. What could we use for this? Maybe this one will be stackable. Nope. Let me test in a spot that I can actually see a little better. Because I was thinking about doing something like... No. Okay. This game doesn't really have, like, a ladder. There's gotta be something we can stack that would be similar. I had something like this bridge floor, but sideways. I could definitely do that. Do, do, do. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to use. Hmm. I think you all know what I'm trying to do here. Like, I need something that approximates a stair, like one of those rope ladders or whatever. I could have sworn these fences were stackable. But I guess not. Then again, I could just leave it where, like, the ladder is meant to be pulled up kind of thing. Let me catch up with you all in chat super quick, because y'all been talking, and I've just been here building stuff. Let's see. Jaguar says, I'm looking forward to some of the ceremonies this week. That's true, we're all just trying our best. I might also dress up for Halloween. I'm gonna put things together and cosplay as Kiki. Zero says, tried to grow marigolds for my altar, but they started wilting in September, so I had to use mostly silk flowers. Well, I'm glad you were able to find an alternative. Kind of sucks that they all wilted in September, but I can't say I'm surprised with the weather we've been having. Jaguar says it's not going to be one-to-one, but it'll hopefully get the idea across. Zero says it happens when you live in a colder climate. True. Zero says my wife and I are going to hang out in the front yard and hand out candy with our dog. We're going to be vampires. Ill says maybe a bank robber. That sounds like a lot of fun. Is Zero is the pupper also going to get dressed up? That's the important question. Is the dog getting dressed up for Halloween? Let's see if there's any... wooden furniture we could throw in. We could put a little wooden table in here. There's something like a beanbag chair. That is a toilet. That is not a beanbag chair. Unfortunately, I think the closest is going to be something like this ranch armchair, so we'll put that. Why not? Keep it kind of cozy. Simple. Put these like that. I don't have to make it complicated on the inside. And... you know, we have the entryway here. I actually wonder if I could... I have an idea. Hold on. Fence. Couple of potential ideas. Is this stackable? No. Is this stackable? That'd be perfect. What if I took something like this? Legit can't put something on top of that. Okay, what if I then delete this? Hold on. What if I put... something like that down, and I stacked these, would I then be able to really... Huh. This game does not want you to make stairs. Or ladders like that. Okay. Sarah says we got her a little vampire cape. She doesn't usually like to wear clothes, so I tried to go for something that would bother her the least. That is super cute, honestly. What about the rope fence? You let me do that? Let me stack frickin' fences. Axel, come on. Another possible idea. Potential idea. Hold on. Not sure if it's a good one yet. There we go. We had to go through a lot of silly ideas, but we managed to find something that can, at the very least, some level approximate what we're going for. Come on. I don't know what's going on down here. I need light. Oh, okay. That's... Here we go. And... I think that works. Damn. We have our treehouse. Machine. I have an idea for one more quick thing to make this perfect. That is a rune statue. Is not what I'm looking for. I want to add like a little thing on the side that could be like the satellite thing. If I can, if there's some sort of device that I could use for that. I feel like there was blueprints in this game for something akin to that. Like a radio tower, but honestly, if nothing else, I'll just put a microwave because that'll be hilarious. Let me just scroll through and see if I find anything else quick, and if not, then we'll call this complete. Coffee machine. We want that for the walkie-talkie. There's so many random things when you scroll through like every page and not just like pick the options. Like so many little blocks that are not usually accessible. Like you don't normally get the waterfall tiles, for example, when you click the blocks. Communications thing. There it is. I knew that existed. So we can put that. Gazebo roof. I didn't even know that was an option. I feel like Staxel needs to add a better sort function for these because there's so much of this doesn't show up in the regular things. Including all the fossils. The science machine. Might see if I can utilize that for what I want. I could have made the outside of that real fancy. Let's... That's all the different furniture. Wait, they have a calavera? Oh, that's... Was not expecting that. Taking that for... Okay. The more you learn about this game. These are all blueprints. These are all the masks and stuff. Glasses. Helmets. Dresses. Executive mask. Okay. So, then I want to see if I can kind of put science machine, science machine. You don't let me stack science machines. Okay. Then forget the science machine. Can I stack something? Can I stack the microwaves? Yes. So we'll do that and put you on top. And there we go. We have the antenna next to that. And in here on the table. No, it doesn't let me. Okay. Radio. Alright, I can't do the radio. I tried. But yeah, we at the very least got the antenna next to the treehouse. Duke says, a few silly ideas are often the prerequisite to a good idea. I completely agree. And I think we got the treehouse looking pretty decent, if you ask me. So that brings us to our next order of business, the last order of business for today. We don't necessarily have to decide today, but I have two options for the next game. And I was going to try to build the thing today. If we can pick one. But the two games are Guacamelee 2 and a game called Fall of Porcupine. And Fall of Porcupine kind of tonally is very similar to kind of either Beacon Pines or what's it called? Night in the Woods. I think it was. Yeah. Is it Night in the Woods? Yeah. Very similar to that, and it's kind of a game that's kind of dealing with the healthcare system and kind of has an autumn theme from what I gather. And Guacamelee 2, of course, with Day of the Dead coming up, feels like it's in season. So I think what I'm leaning towards, correct me if you all want to do something different, is I was thinking we genre shift, do Guacamelee, and then do Fall of Porcupine after, which would allow us to more or less kind of not have two games in a row with very similar feels, if that makes sense. Yeah, the quote-unquote losing game will be played right after the winning game. So I think Guacamelee makes more sense first, but you all tell me if you disagree. And Guacamelee 2 would be the first sequel that we've done, I think, on this this channel. Because we already have all the stuff from Guacamelee 1 right here. So I was thinking we add to it as opposed to make something entirely new. And since I just found these calaveras that exist in this game, Jaguar says Guacamelee then Porcupine. I think sandwiching the chill with an intense game. I think also the timing makes more sense with the holidays. I get that. Ill says, really? Really what? Okay, yeah, that is amazing. I was thinking about using the calaveras and making like a secondary portal somewhere around here that adds on and maybe About the first sequel. Yeah, it's the first sequel we've done. Sandwiching the intense games with chill ones. I kind of like that idea as well. So I was thinking... what we do... if we're gonna do Guacamelee 2 next time, which makes sense to me... Intenso. Indeed, indeed, indeed. So what I'm considering doing here... since I just found these blocks, is kind of making a calavera out of calaveras. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 and... then I can take some... okay. Maybe I could do some of this like I did down there. And maybe... do an outline of the thing like that. And... I'm thinking even just... I think the mouth should be that... those blue blocks that I used last time on the larger one. Let's see how that would work. Yeah, these. I use that for that, and then I can actually use it for the eyes as well, maybe? Instead, we'll just make this kind of a... no, that's... I should put the mouth lower and the nose lower one. And then do the eyes like that. And then fill maybe a little bit of this in yellow there. And grab some purple. for up here. And I'm thinking do purple like that. And be like that. And then fill the rest in another color, maybe a red. Maybe I could do something like that. Oh, that's too big, I think. Let me see if there's a different red one I could use. I want something like a vibrant red. Maybe I can do that. Let's see how that looks. Nope, it's still too big. A lot of the reds are very muted. I could try the brick. Let's see how that looks. What do we think? Wonder if that lights or not. This is actually yes, it lights. Okay, perfect. Then what I'm also gonna do is in the corners here. We're gonna make this glow. That. Is that mask what's on the game cover? No, the mask is more like this. But I was going more for a simple calavera with all of the other calaveras around. And I think what I am gonna do... I originally was going for the purple to kind of pop all the way down, but one thing I noticed is I need that red brick. Is if I do this, it kind of forms a heart. Which I kind of like. And this way, the sequel is right next to the first game. And I can put candles on top to brighten it up more. Can I pick up the floating block? I could. Or I could leave it there and just annoy everybody. What do we think? Are we happy with this? Jaguar seems to be happy with this. It likes it? Okay. So next time, we will join for Guacamelee 2. Wrap up a little early today, I know. But I don't feel like starting a new game for only a half hour makes much sense. And next time we can jump right in. I like the heart shape with the red brick, and then, of course, this coming down from the forehead, and just the different colors, the blue, the yellow, the purple, the red. And then using the same mouth and eye slots as this, which is simplified. Just something to differentiate the two, but keep them similar enough that it's clear that they're coming from the same series. So, thank you everybody for joining us today, and I hope everybody enjoys both their Halloween and Day of the Dead. Next week, we'll be starting Guacamelee. Really glad that we got to finish Beacon Pines. Once again, thank you to the person who donated. I had a very chill Sunday with you all, and I hope the rest of your week goes well, and we will be back next Sunday. So, thank you all so much. Do all the YouTube algorithm things, like, comment, subscribe if you've been here this long. And, you know, I'll give you all 5 minutes to talk amongst yourselves. With that said, my name is Anarchist Terra. Thank you so much for watching.